Well, welcome back to Hurley's Hobbies. So I've been working a lot still. I am switching to working 7 days a week here, starting tomorrow. This is Saturday. I'll be working Sunday, and then I'll probably end up working all the weekends from now. And then, just so you guys know, in April, I will be going probably out of town for 2.5 to 3 weeks down to Texas from Michigan here, to do some paving down there. So it's not 100% sure yet, but I may be going out of town. The Corsair, I got the fuselage just about completely sanded the way I want it. I just got to do the epoxy the elevators on and then sand around that. Both outside wings are pretty much done, sanded. The center section's got a little bit of sanding to do, and then I will be putting Vortex on the wings, the outer wing sections where they're open there, and I'll show you how I do that before I fiberglass. The control surfaces, I did get all the poly brush on them, so they're pretty much all ready to prime. All the control surfaces, and um, I got this VQ, I think that's what it is, P-51B, and I'll show you. I'll put in a clip when I first got it out of the box, and I'll put that in right now. So I've had this plane for a few years. It's been sitting in the box. It's a VG's or VQ North American P-51 Mustang. Um, I bought it secondhand off RC groups, and I've never been out of the box. The box lid was taken off, and all the stuff was just sitting, and I never actually took it out of the box when I got it because I just opened it up, everything was there, and I could see everything. But the problem I've had is I've had it in storage, and along with the Corsair, it was in storage, but it's actually affected this plane. The heat has really bad. I'm not sure if this is the one, but like the covering is peeling and shrinking and pulling tight off of it, and this is the way it was made. Is these are actually hitting your elevators are hitting on this plastic piece. This one's not as bad as this one. This one I can't even move it. It's hitting so bad that I'm gonna actually mess it up. So I got to cut these down, and then there's just the covering is just pulling away all over the place. It's just pulling apart. It's even worse on like the rudder. You can see the end, how it's all pulled out. It's wrinkled really bad. It like sucked it forward. So I got to do a lot of repairs. They do give you some repair stuff for it. It's like sticker to go over it, but I'm going to have to shrink it back on because it's actually wrinkled up. And then the rear elevator has actually got a tear in it. It looks like to me it got so warm that it actually ripped it. And then on the rears, they're all pulling apart too. These are pre-hinged, and so are these. Even the rudder's pre-hinged. The lighter color isn't as bad, but there is still some wrinklage in it. And then the fuselage, it pulled so tight it tore here, and a little bit here, not as bad on this side, and a little bit up here. So this I'm just gonna stick it, and I'll probably repair this one, but these here I might just like put some black marker on it for now, and maybe even put some clear covering over it. And it comes with a spinner. I have a 2-blade that it comes with, but I also have a little bit smaller 3-blade prop. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. I have retracts for it. I'm going to use one of the Trinity Hobby King fuel tanks. It's exactly the same size as the original one, maybe a little bit bigger. But I'm going to actually move it back a little bit in the fuselage because I am using a bigger, heavier motor in it. And in the fuselage, it's got all your rods in there, your plastic rods for your rods. And I'm going to bring the fuel tank back out of the fuel where it normally would set and put it in here. I'm going to use my computer, my laser, and actually make something here for it to set on. And this plane, I mean, I could barely see any glue in it where they glued anything together. So I'll probably go over it with at least NCA and re-CA the whole inside of it before I put the tray in there. I haven't made it yet, but I'm going to go over everything I can and try to re-glue it. I thought about using regular glue, but we'll see what I do when I get to it. It does have a set of stickers for the canopy to darken the canopy up, the scoops, and this did come with wire gear too. I mean, you can use wire gear if you want, but you got to build everything for it. So, and this only has one servo for both ailerons that goes in here. And then it has you can use mechanical retracts. And the other wing, there's a hole up here that you can put the mechanical style retracts in it, but I'm just going to use electrics. So I'm going to get together. I am going to use the stock tail wheel, and I'm going to start getting this covering fixed, and then fix these where they're gripping right here, and I'll get that stuff fixed, and we'll move on from there. Okay, well, you see how it was when I took it out of the box. You know, it was in pretty bad shape. It's because I had this in storage. I don't think storing in a storage unit is a very good thing for planes. I usually stay away from that. Even some of the garages, you know, you get moisture in them and they'll just ruin stuff. That's why I had so much work to do on this fuselage. It was in storage, and the wings I kept here at the house. But like, I don't know if it's like got, you know, a little bit of moisture in the storage unit, and it like, I almost end up ripping all of the balsa off the back off the fuselage and start it over because that's how bad it was. As you can see, I had to do a lot of filling. It was like the wood wanted to flatten back out in it, and there's a lot of sanding to do. It took me quite a while to do it, and so back to the VQ model, I end up just recovering the rudder. This is all a big sticker. This isn't. It's like a sticker covering. It's a mess when you take it off. If you ever tried to take one of these models and put regular covering over top of them again, um, that sticker is a mess. It's hard to get the heat to even stick to it. Then you end up getting glue all over the covering. So that's why I didn't. I had thought about ripping all the covering off of it. I had thought about throwing this plane away and just throw it in the garbage and just, you know, finding something else or building 60 size or whatever. But I decided to just grunt through it. My wife told me just to grunt through it and fly it because they do say it flies really nice, but we'll find out. I just did just regular gear retracts in it. I did have electric retracts for it, but I'm not putting them in it. And I did end up just putting some covering over the back here. And the canopy, I just painted the inside of it instead of using the stickers they had. And this does have an OS 61 in it, which is this does only call for like a 40 to 46, something like that. I did have an LA 40 I was going to put in it, but I decided just go ahead with the 61 because I like this motor. It runs really good. And I had a pitch muffler for it. So that's what I've been up to. I built this when I was sanding that, waiting for uh, stuff to dry. So then I would go ahead and work on this. This was only supposed to be like a quick plane to put together, but it still ended up taking me like a week because of how bad a shape it was in. So maybe you guys can, I'll get a video of this flying eventually when it warms up. And I did make a sign for the hobby room. I made my wife one, and then a friend of mine from work, his wife does a taco trucks, or not his wife, his girlfriend does taco trucks. She's got quite a few of them. I did her a sign for her taco thing and gave it to her, and now she's been advertising, and sounds like I might have a whole bunch of signs to make for people to start a little side business, I guess. And because I still don't get nothing from YouTube yet. And that's about it. You know, I redid my hobby room a little bit. This P-38 I've had for a long time. I have flown it before, but it's probably been 8 to 10 years since I've flown it. The motors I noticed are getting a little tight in it. They need to be taken out and thrown in rather a plastic bag or a tub of just put nitro fuel in it, and it'll loosen the carburetors up. Just let it set for a week, and it'll loosen the carburetors up and the bearings in it and everything. It'll loosen them all back up again. I don't use any kind of carb cleaner or brake parts cleaner or none of that. I just throw it in the nitro that it lives in. Just throw it in a dump some nitro fuel in it, and it'll loosen them up. So, all right. Thank you for sticking around. And if you like what you're seeing, please like, subscribe, and share. And hopefully, we'll be getting to some fiberglassing on this Corsair pretty soon. So, see you on the next one.